Which of the following most accurately reflects the principle of indemnity in general insurance? A. Insurers must pay out more than the insured's loss to ensure customer satisfaction. B. Insured individuals can profit from the loss to mitigate financial hardship. C. The insured should be returned to the same financial position as before the loss without profit. D. Insurers only pay 50% of the total loss unless specified. The correct answer is C. The insured should be returned to the same financial position as before the loss without profit. Explanation. The principle of indemnity ensures that the insured receives a financial compensation equal to the actual loss, not more. The objective is to compensate without enrichment. This principle prevents moral hazard and fraud. Legal basis. Common law and underwriting practices reflect indemnity through replacement cost, cash, or repair, relevant to all types of property and motor policies. What distinguishes a comprehensive motor insurance policy from a third-party only policy? A. Third-party policies provide broader protection than comprehensive policies. B. Comprehensive policies cover both own damage and third-party liability. C. Comprehensive policies exclude liability cover for injury or property. D. Third-party only policies include accidental damage to the policyholder's car. The correct answer is B. Comprehensive policies cover both own damage and third-party liability. Explanation. A comprehensive motor policy includes own damage, accidents, fire, theft, and third-party liability, injury to others, property damage. A third-party only policy only covers liability to others, not the insured's own vehicle. Legal framework based on national road transport and insurance regulations. Comprehensive cover optional. Third-party liability is mandatory in most jurisdictions. Scenario. Mr. Ravi applies for a fire insurance policy for his warehouse. He omits to mention that the warehouse stores flammable chemicals, assuming the insurer might reject the application. What principle has Mr. Ravi likely breached, and what could be the legal implication? A. Breached the principle of proximate cause, resulting in denial of claim. B. Breached the principle of contribution, reducing payout from other insurers. C. Breached the principle of subrogation, allowing the insurer to sue him. D. Breached the principle of utmost good faith, making the contract voidable by the insurer. The correct answer is D. Breached the principle of utmost good faith, making the contract voidable by the insurer. Explanation. Utmost good faith, ubirimi fide, requires full disclosure of all material facts by the proposer. Failure to disclose the flammable materials is a material misrepresentation, and under insurance law, the insurer may void the policy or deny claims related to undisclosed risks. Legal context. Codified under Insurance Contracts Act and upheld in multiple case laws. Which of the following best differentiates fundamental risk from particular risk? A. Particular risks are insurable, if fundamental risks are always uninsurable. B. Fundamental risks impact individuals only, if particular risks affect entire communities. C. Fundamental risks are broad and systemic, if particular risks are specific to individuals. D. Particular risks involve speculative gain, if fundamental risks only cause loss. Fundamental risks are broad and systemic, and particular risks are specific to individuals. Explanation. Fundamental risks affect large populations or society, e.g., earthquakes, pandemics. Particular risks, personal or localized, e.g., theft, fire. Fundamental risks may be insured with government support, e.g., catastrophe insurance, while particular risks are typically commercially underwritten. Risk classification supports risk pooling and pricing in insurance models. Which of the following Incoterms indicates that the seller is responsible for arranging insurance and transport to the destination port? A. FOB. Free on board. B. Ex-work. C. FCA. Free carrier. D. SIF. Cost insurance and freight. The correct answer is D. SIF. Cost insurance and freight. Explanation. SIF means the seller must pay for costs, arrange insurance, and handle freight charges to the port of destination. It is commonly used in marine cargo insurance and international trade. Legal context. Governed by Incoterms, international commercial terms issued by International Chamber of Commerce. Scenario is Lynn's property insurer pays her $150,000 after factory fire. A fire was caused by contractor's negligence. Is Lynn sues the contractor for the same amount. Which principle prevents this double recovery, and what should happen? A. Principle of indemnity. She can keep both payouts. B. Principle of proximate cause. Only the contractor is liable. C. Principle of contribution. Both must share the loss. D. Principle of subrogation. Insurer has the right to recover from the contractor. The correct answer is D. Principle of subrogation. Insurer has the right to recover from the contractor. Explanation. Subrogation allows the insurer, after indemnifying the insured, to step into their legal shoes and recover the loss from third parties responsible. This avoids double compensation and enforces liability on the actual negligent party. Legal basis. Common law doctrine supported under property and liability insurance contracts. Scenario. Fatima held a comprehensive home insurance policy. She received a renewal notice 30 days before expiry but forgot to make the payment. 10 days after policy expiry, her house was damaged in a storm. Which of the following statements is most accurate regarding the insurer's liability? A. The insurer must honor the claim as the damage occurred within the grace period. B. The insurer must pay partial amount based on prior premium payment. C. The insurer can deny the claim as there was no valid coverage on the date of loss. D. The claim should be paid under goodwill as long as the policyholder has good record. The correct answer is C. The insurer can deny the claim as there was no valid coverage on the date of loss. Explanation. Insurance is strictly time-bound. Lapse occurs when the renewal premium is not paid by the due date unless there's an explicit grace period. The contract ceases to exist and no coverage is active. Some insurers allow revival within window, but losses during lapsed period are not covered. Industry practice requires active cover on the incident for claims to be paid. Scenario. A small business owner purchases a commercial insurance policy through Liam, who claims to represent multiple insurers. Later, the business discovers that Liam failed to disclose a material fact leading to a denied claim. The business wants to file a complaint. Who may be held responsible and why? A. The insurer, because Liam works for them directly. B. Liam, because as a broker he owes a duty of care to the client. C. The client for not reading the fine print. D. The reinsurer for failing to verify the broker's conduct. The correct answer is B. Liam, because as a broker he owes a duty of care to the client. Explanation. Brokers are appointed by the insured, have a fiduciary duty to act in the client's best interest, must ensure full disclosure and accuracy of proposal information. If the broker misrepresents or omits information, they can be held legally liable. Scenario. Arslan applies for a large fire insurance policy on a warehouse. During underwriting, the insurer discovers he had multiple previous claims for fire in the past 5 years and recently increased the sum insured beyond the asset's market value. Which of the following is the best classification of this situation from an underwriting perspective? A. Physical hazard only since the warehouse may be poorly built. B. No hazard since he qualifies for insurance. C. Moral hazard due to possible intention to benefit from insurance. D. Fundamental risk that affects the wider community. The correct answer is C. Moral hazard due to possible intention to benefit from insurance. Explanation. Moral hazard occurs when an applicant's behavior or intent increases the likelihood or magnitude of loss. Red flags include unusual sum insured increases, frequent prior claims, inconsistencies in disclosure. This differs from physical hazard, which involves tangible conditions, e.g., building structure, wiring. Which of the following losses is most likely to be excluded under a standard fire insurance policy unless otherwise endorsed? A. Fire caused by faulty wiring. B. Fire due to lightning. C. Fire resulting from arson by a third party. D. Fire intentionally caused by the insured. The correct answer is D. Fire intentionally caused by the insured. Explanation. Insurance does not cover intentional acts of the insured. Arson committed by the insured to claim insurance is fraudulent and criminal. All other causes, faulty wiring, lightning, third-party arson, are generally covered perils. Legal reference. Most policies contain fraud and intentional act exclusions based on the principle of utmost good faith in indemnity. Which of the following professionals would most likely require professional indemnity insurance instead of public liability insurance? A. A gym owner hosting daily classes. B. A plumber installing home piping. C. A marketing consultant offering strategic advice. D. A restaurant owner dealing with customer slips and falls. The correct answer is C. A marketing consultant offering strategic advice. Explanation. Professional indemnity insurance covers financial losses resulting from errors or omissions in professional advice, whereas public liability covers bodily injury or property damage. PI insurance is tailored for professionals like Lawyers, accountants, consultants, engineers, legal risk. Claims often arise under negligence, breach of duty, or misrepresentation. Which of the following statements best distinguishes a reimbursement health insurance policy from a cashless policy? A. Reimbursement covers only outpatient services. B. Reimbursement requires upfront payment by the insured, later reimbursed by the insurer. C. Cashless is always more expensive than reimbursement. D. Reimbursement is limited to government hospitals only. The correct answer is B. Reimbursement requires upfront payment by the insured, later reimbursed by the insurer. Explanation. In reimbursement health insurance, the policyholder pays medical bills, submits documents to the insurer, receives reimbursement up to the sum insured. Cashless policies use TPAS, third-party administrators, and are available in network hospitals where insurer directly pays the provider. Scenario: David's property is insured against fire by two insurers, insurer $100,000 and insurer B $150,000. Fire causes $50,000 damage. He claims the full amount from insurer A. What should happen next under the principle of contribution? A. Insurer must pay the full claim without recourse. B. Insurer B should pay 60% of the loss directly to David. C. David can keep both payments if both insurers agree. D. Insurer can recover proportionate amount from insurer B. The correct answer is D. Insurer can recover a proportionate amount from insurer B. Explanation. Principle of contribution ensures when multiple policies cover the same interest and peril, insurers share the claim proportionally, prevents the insured from profiting by claiming the full loss from multiple sources. In this case, total cover equals $250,000 insurer A. 40% liability equals $20,000 insurer B. 60% liability equals $30,000 insurer A can seek $30,000 from insurer B post-settlement. Which of the following underwriting practices is most appropriate for a health insurance policy? A. Ignoring previous medical history due to privacy laws. B. Relying solely on the applicant's self-declaration. C. Conducting medical underwriting and verifying health disclosures. D. Using manual rating tables for all applicants without variation. The correct answer is C. Conducting medical underwriting and verifying health disclosures. Explanation. Medical underwriting involves reviewing past medical history, verifying self-disclosures with reports, evaluating pre-existing conditions. This helps insurers price policies appropriately and mitigate anti-selection risk. Privacy laws require consent for data access, not ignorance of history. Which rating method relies primarily on actuarial data and statistical averages for similar risk categories without consideration of the individual applicant's history? A. Judgment rating. B. Experience rating. C. Schedule rating. D. Manual rating. The correct answer is D. Manual rating. Explanation. Manual rating uses published rate manuals based on class averages, historical loss data, and assumed levels of risk homogeneity. It's often used in motor, property, and basic liability insurance. Experience rating adjusts based on individual claims history. Judgment rating relies on underwriter expertise when data is limited. Scenario: Tecolit has had a workers' compensation policy with the same insurer for 5 years. In the past 2 years, they've had a rising number of minor claims. The insurer adjusts their renewal premium upward. Which rating method has the insurer most likely applied? A. Manual rating. B. Experience rating. C. Schedule rating. D. Judgment rating. The correct answer is B. Experience rating. Explanation. Experience rating adjusts premium based on the insured's historical loss experience. It's common in workers' compensation, group health, commercial liability. Frequent or costly claims will increase premiums to reflect risk exposure. Which of the following is not an essential element for the formation of a valid insurance contract under general contract law principles? A. Offer and acceptance. B. Consideration. C. Capacity to contract. D. Existence of indemnity. The correct answer is D. Existence of indemnity. Explanation. The essentials of a valid insurance contract include offer and acceptance, agreement between proposer and insurer, consideration, premium in return for promise of coverage, capacity, legal ability to enter contracts, age, mental state, legal purpose, and consent. Indemnity is a principle of insurance, not a legal element for contract formation. Life insurance, for example, is based on indemnity. What is one key advantage of a bancassurance model over a traditional agent-based distribution model in general insurance? A. It removes the need for underwriting entirely. B. It limits access to insurance to high net worth clients only. C. It offers greater convenience and reach through existing banking infrastructure. D. It reduces the insurer's need to comply with regulatory oversight. The correct answer is C. It offers greater convenience and reach through existing banking infrastructure. Explanation. Bancassurance is a distribution model where banks sell insurance products on behalf of insurers. Key benefits include wide customer base, trust in the banking institution, operational efficiency, shared infrastructure. Bancassurance is regulated and does not eliminate underwriting or compliance obligations. Which of the following sources would an underwriter most likely use to verify the physical condition of a building when underwriting a property insurance policy? A. Motor vehicle accident report. B. Financial statement of the building owner. C. Surveyor's inspection report. D. Court judgment involving the owner. The correct answer is C. Surveyor's inspection report. Explanation. Surveyor's report provides direct observation of structural integrity, fire safety, compliance, location-based hazards. Other documents e.g. financials, legal history may reveal moral or legal concerns, but not physical hazard. Which of the following scenarios is best suited for judgment rating? A. A large industrial plant with unique risk features. B. A fleet of 100 motor vehicles. C. Health insurance for a group of salaried employees. D. Residential property insurance in urban areas. The correct answer is C. A large industrial plant with unique risk features. Explanation. Judgment rating applies when no standard rate exists, risks are unique, or complex actuarial data is insufficient. Examples include museums, high-risk factories, new industries. These rely on underwriter expertise and risk engineering reports. Which of the following situations would most likely justify premium loading by the underwriter? A. No claims over 5 consecutive years. B. Installation of additional fire alarms. C. Recent history of large claims for theft. D. Use of government subsidized risk pool. The correct answer is C. Recent history of large claims for theft. Explanation. Loading is an additional percentage added to the base premium due to elevated risk factors such as past claim frequency or severity, inadequate security, poor maintenance, or high crime location. In contrast, discounts apply for risk mitigation and good claims history. Which of the following statements correctly contrasts a direct insurance model with an intermediated model? A. Direct insurance requires more regulatory oversight than intermediated models. B. Intermediated models eliminate the need for customer service staff. C. Direct models rely on digital platforms, while intermediated models involve agents or brokers. D. Intermediated models can only sell reinsurance products. The correct answer is C. Direct models rely on digital platforms, while intermediated models involve agents or brokers. Explanation. In direct insurance, insurers sell policies directly to consumers via websites, apps, call centers. In intermediated models, agents and brokers match products to client needs, provide advice, handle proposal, and claim support. Both are subject to regulation, but the delivery model differs. Scenario. Maria applies for a travel insurance policy but fails to disclose her pre-existing chronic illness. She is later hospitalized overseas due to that illness and files a claim. What is the likely underwriting and legal implication of this omission? A. The claim will be paid with a penalty for late disclosure. B. The insurer will pay 50% of the claim as compromise. C. The insurer can deny the claim and void the policy for material non-disclosure. D. The claim must be paid since it occurred abroad. The correct answer is C. The insurer can deny the claim and void the policy for material non-disclosure. Explanation. Material non-disclosure breaches the principle of utmost good faith. Underwriters rely on full and honest disclosure. Consider pre-existing illness a critical underwriting factor. If the omission is intentional or negligent, the policy may be voided and the claim denied. Which of the following factors would most likely lead an underwriter to decline a proposal for commercial property insurance? A. The proposer has a high credit score. B. The building is constructed with fire-resistant materials. C. The premises are used for fireworks manufacturing. D. The proposer has held continuous coverage with the same insurer. The correct answer is C. The premises are used for fireworks manufacturing. Explanation. Underwriters assess risk acceptability based on Occupancy, construction, claims history, moral hazard, fireworks manufacturing is considered a high hazard activity and may be excluded or require special terms. Accurate disclosure in the proposal form is crucial for underwriting decisions. Which of the following best describes the primary objective of underwriting in general insurance? A. To increase the number of policies sold regardless of risk quality. B. To reject as many high-risk applications as possible. C. To ensure uniform premium pricing for all policyholders. D. To assess, select, and classify risks to maintain portfolio profitability. The correct answer is D. To assess, select, and classify risks to maintain portfolio profitability. Explanation. The core purpose of underwriting is to maintain equity and solvency by evaluating risk exposures, applying risk-appropriate premiums, and ensuring a balanced risk pool. Underwriters do not aim to reject indiscriminately, nor do they offer uniform pricing without risk assessment. Scenario: George files a claim under his homeowner's insurance after heavy rain causes flooding. The policy includes general water damage clause but explicitly excludes flood damage. Which of the following outcomes is most consistent with standard policy interpretation practices? A. The insurer must pay the claim because water damage is listed in the insuring agreement. B. The claim must be paid since floods are not listed as peril under exclusion. C. The insurer may decline the claim based on the specific exclusion of flood damage. D. The policyholder can invoke contribution if he has multiple policies. The correct answer is C. The insurer may decline the claim based on the specific exclusion of flood damage. Explanation. Insurance policies are interpreted based on plain meaning of the words, specific exclusions overriding general coverage, ambiguities interpreted in favor of the insured, but not when exclusion is explicit and unambiguous. Flood exclusion is standard in many property policies unless specifically endorsed, e.g. with a flood rider. Which of the following is considered a physical hazard during the underwriting of a commercial property policy? A. The owner has a history of exaggerated claims. B. The property is located in a known flood-prone zone. C. The owner intends to commit arson for gain. D. The applicant has multiple insurance policies. The correct answer is B. The property is located in a known flood-prone zone. Explanation. Physical hazards are tangible, observable factors that increase the risk of loss. Building, location, e.g. flood zone, construction type, fire safety systems. Moral hazards refer to behavioral risks or ethical concerns, e.g. fraud, concealment. Which of the following best defines an endorsement in an insurance contract? A. A refund issued when a policy is cancelled. B. A clause that voids the policy under specific conditions. C. A rider added to reduce premium. D. A written amendment that alters the terms or coverage of a standard policy. The correct answer is D. A written amendment that alters the terms or coverage of a standard policy. Explanation. Endorsements, also called riders, modify, add, or exclude specific coverage. Terms must be agreed to by both parties, have the same legal standing as the original policy. Wording examples include adding flood cover, increasing sum insured, or extending to additional locations. Which of the following best describes the role of a loss adjuster in the insurance market? A. Selling insurance policies and collecting premiums. B. Representing the insured in legal disputes with insurers. C. Investigating claims to assess the validity and quantify loss. D. Providing reinsurance capacity to direct insurers. The correct answer is C. Investigating claims to assess the validity and quantify loss. Explanation. Loss adjusters are independent professionals who examine the circumstances of a claim, validate the loss, determine the extent of liability, help ensure fair settlement between insurer and insured. They do not sell policies, act as reinsurers, or represent parties in legal disputes. Which component of an insurance policy typically outlines the coverage limits, sum insured, and premium amounts? A. Conditions. B. Insuring agreement. C. Exclusions. D. Declarations page, policy schedule. The correct answer is D. Declarations page, policy schedule. Explanation. The declarations page, also known as the policy schedule, includes names of parties, period of insurance, coverage amounts, premiums, specific endorsements or add-ons. It provides a summary of the personalized terms of the insurance contract.